Hi, this is Slimedog,
And Topo.
and today we're playing Greak, Memories of Azur, on the PS5.
Or Greek.
Could be Greek. I think it's Greak.
Probably Greek.
Published by Team 17, of Worms fame originally, and of, was it Navigante?
Entertainment?
A small Mexican studio, which has really done a great job with the visuals on this one, you know? It looks first class, it plays
I don't know
great.
Where the movie is.
Yeah, there was an intro before. I wonder what happened to it. It's a beautiful intro if you get a chance to see it. I don't know why it's not playing.
Try it again?
No, it's fine. And it's it's got a hand-drawn art style to it. It's got really cute, fun characters, great writing, and a beautiful soundtrack.
It's an actual live orchestra soundtrack.
Yes. You know what, I should probably... I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscene for now, but you should check it out when you play through. And the core of the game is basically these three siblings who are trying to find each other and then basically kind of escape with their people and get away from the... because they're
being invaded.
Yeah, their land is being invaded. So you can see...
You play as the youngest sibling, Greak.
Mm-hmm.
Greak.
He's sort of the protagonist to it, but honestly, you play as each of the three siblings, and each of them have their own style, strengths, and weaknesses, and they really do well play with each other. So
basically, you start with him. Your main thing, call her Azur, and the sister is leaving him marks so that he can find her. Find her. Each of them has their own abilities. This is the sister's symbol.
Mm-hmm. Adara, that's the sister, and we're trying to find Adara.
And Rydell is the older brother.
Mm-hmm. Eventually you find him.
So basically you end up... You search for the... Yeah, there's the...
sorry, go on.
Family portrait. No, the...
Yeah, see,
there you go.
See all three of them there.
So you're the little guy, and your main goal, despite everything that's going on in the world, must find sister and brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these are the, you know, turn that off. So that's the controller making noise.
Just focus, that's fine.
It's just...
Don't be distracted.
Oh, there you go. So you can get also life from... Oof.
And
this is also the beginning of the game, so...
Yeah, this is sort of the tutorial level. The little brother is sort of the thief character. He's the more... I got it? He's the more agile of the three.
Yeah, you got it.
And let's see, you've got a jump. At this point, you just have a jump and swipe, but you can learn more sword techniques with him by doing mini quests once you get to the town. But overall... Sorry, what's that?
That's where we're about to get to.
Well, it's going to be a bit, actually, if you'll recall. But it's not exactly like it's not like a straight RPG in the sense that, while you do learn a couple new attacks, it doesn't have a really expansive skill tree. You're not... Oh, look at the detail. See, there's just some...
Well, in the foreground
stuck in the ground.
and in the background. I mean, that's part of what's so beautiful.
So
this... We're talking about pollen. Deadly pollen.
Okay, you're saying?
It's just really beautifully done. It's as much the art as the story, and with these guys, be careful, they're very harsh.
All good. And I got life back, so...
Phew! We survived.
Especially at this stage, the combat is very straightforward. Obviously, the big brother is much better at combat. He does more damage, he's got more range. But all he does is combat. He really doesn't have the mobility. He doesn't have the wall climbing or some of the other perks that Greak has here. Oh, look at that gorgeous hand-drawn animation.
Also, as you find each of the siblings, that's sort of the catch with this, is that you play with as each of them. So you swap around, and there were complaints about why couldn't you have, you know, multiple people playing it, which I don't think that's the deal breaker for the game. You basically use the controller to swap between the siblings, and each of them has their own abilities. The sister does magic. Oh yeah, you don't drown.
Yeah, the sister does magic actually, and is
She's pretty broken. She's super strong.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
drowns pretty quickly, but he can swim around a little.
He can swim some, right up and not touch the water.
Yeah, he doesn't swim at all. The older brother, he just doesn't know how. So if he goes in the water, he dies. Or he takes damage, I guess. So when you fall off cliffs, you just take damage.
There's the sister.
No. Adara, we got your back.
No.
And now see, at this point...
You found the way last.
We can switch to her, and see she has magic that shoots in every direction, and her double jump is also sort of a float jump thing.
Right.
Which can be extended with time. You can break pots to find money, which you spend in town.
And health too? I'm not sure. I can redo that.
Oh,
I see. Break the.
There we go.
At the back. Phew!
That's close.
Gems.
Right now, we're just doing one at a time. It swats back and forth in the intro. For the main game, you generally control two or more at a time. And you can switch back and forth with the left and the right. Oh, I guess you still can. Check this out. He's stuck behind a gate.
He can't go anywhere. But
people can be attacked when you're not on them, which is a little bit of a thing. And also...
when you're in menus, you can be attacked, so...
The only kind of onerous bit about the game is, even though it has controls for moving multiple people at once, like you move together and you hold down a button and you can move like all three of them at once.
Oh, right.
Actually getting all three of them to kind of hustle their way through a dungeon or navigate
across
through levels.
Like if you have a spiny trap and you have to make your way across the spiny trap, you can have the AI control two of them while you control the one, and you're all sort of connected and go across. It doesn't often sync right on that. She can't.
There's a decent chance that you're gonna take damage from the spiny trap unless you do it one at a time.
Right. And swinging on ropes over a pit, that type of thing. That
bit of navigation can get a bit tedious. Not hugely. It's not a deal breaker.
No.
Here it's telling you right now, here's how you move multiple guys at once. If you hold down L2, you can jump or run at the same time. But it's kind of the only...
like there, the AI did fine and caught up on the one there. One has to stay.
Well, let's leave him. Although it may end up I have to take one or the other, so... there's a small number of collectibles that you're exploring for, looking to find, so you've got reason to look through all of the levels, and yeah, obviously certain characters can get to certain areas better than others.
Better on the left.
Yeah, there we go. No one takes fall damage. The boss fights are pretty good too. Very, action-oriented.
To the block.
Push it to the block.
The button. I think it's still on.
Oh, interesting. He's still holding on. You gotta make him let go before he can,
See, in parts like this, it works fine.
In fact, they will both fight at the same time. Sometimes in the bosses, when you end up having to leave somebody, when you're fighting a boss, it'll actually, the person who you've kind of left and aren't actually actively controlling, will still attempt to contribute. How well they do it is, but they will shoot if the guy's in front of them, and they can actually do some damage.
Oh, it's showing you R2 plus X.
Thanks.
Alright.
And it pulls them forward. So that way you can pull people from far away without having to walk them through. But again, it's going to be a sort of an issue if... Oh, he's not going to leave. Oh, there we go. There's ways to extend out everyone's powers by finding some of those collectible relics. The money you can use in the town to buy stuff, and it's got a crafting system of sorts. Was it cooking? got sort
Right.
of a cooking system where you can
You
make.
find mushrooms and then you go back and make mushroom soup. So you can eat a mushroom for 1 point, or make mushroom soup and get 3 points, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, actually, I don't know that you want to go too much.
Well, let's get to the next chunk at least, and then we can.
Because it's actually. Relax! No! Oh, yeah, these guys are pretty crazy.
But a lot easier. By the way, I find that the sister Adara's probably the most well-rounded as far as the ability to blow stuff away and also maneuver well.
So,
She's pretty
this
great.
is why I was about to say maybe we should stop where we were, which was basically, it seemed like we found her. We did not.
Yep.
We were just, she psychically connected to us and told us that she was out there. So,
Yep.
we know to go find her. That's part of her magics, or what have you.
And now we are horribly wounded in this town.
And this is your sort of your base of operations throughout the game. You lead from here. You go out and do adventures. Did you want to end it here? Because I don't want to go.
I think we're
to,
good. I don't want to. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but
we wanted to make sure that you.
Mm-hmm.
We can go out and show a little bit of the town.
Yeah,
show
here,
where
let
the. You can talk with the villagers, and this is where you learn your skills and get your mushroom soup and learn how to make mushroom soup and things like that. So
mushroom soup. How do you?
Oh, there we go.
And then X to use it. Phew. By the way, notice how when you use items, it doesn't instantly fill you up. Potions do. Potions will instantly fill up your life.
I think they have elixirs that will. But
yeah.
They're harder to come by.
They cost more and they often heal for less. But it takes a few seconds for the food. It's sort of a healing
like
over time thing. So
sort of situation.
Yeah. Anyway, there's mini quests to do. There's tons of exploring. It's also
there's also
mashing a button faster. It's not a very long game. We played through the whole thing in probably less than 10 hours, I think.
It said 13, didn't
13,
it?
I guess.
The save at the beginning there says 13.
13 hours, and we were really dragging with it. We were not pushing it at all.
Because we collected everything.
Even without spending a whole lot of work, you could probably get through it easily in less than 10.
Probably. Well, there's actually a
speedrun one for beating it in less than
3 hours.
3 hours, which I'm not doing. But yeah, all the different people, they say different things. They say different things depending on who you talk to and what you've done. So if you come back with one of the siblings and talk to them, they'll say different things from there.
With it. That's a save point. That's what those look like. There's the airship that we're working on to escape the enemy, and there's over to. Are you done now?
Showing them a save point.
And then these are various people you can chat with.
There's a shop.
The shoppy. There's the lady who helped us. Yeah, there's that pot there. Eventually you'll use for making your soups and stuff. And this is
this
your
fellow
trainer.
gives you the side quest that lets you gain new training abilities, and usually it's things like kill X number of monsters of a certain type, things like that. So
and then you head out and.
I'm thinking, well, I don't know. I guess we are. So. But there you go. That's sort of it.
Just so
in the
sort
basics.
of in a nutshell, I don't want to throw things over, give things away too much, because it really is a lovely story, and
it's a very story-centric game.
And it's beautiful. It's kind of gray right here, but it's got some very lovely levels. I love that there's the 3 levels of drawing, the foreground and the background. There's always stuff around, even though you're maintaining. The middle area there is where you walk. Yeah, very high quality of. Puzzles are really fun. They get very crazy. Some of them you have to do them a few times, but you'll finally figure it out. And nothing that'll have you beating your head too much. No, I mean you're not gonna have to run to the internet to figure out how to work it, but it may take a few tries to figure it out. And again, getting learning the abilities and stuff. Yeah, it's just a very if you get a chance, you really, really should play it. It's just a nice. It's just, nice despite the fact that the world is ending. But we had a great time with it. Yeah. And yeah, it's a really fun game. So thanks for joining us. See you next time.